Right. Hi, it's me. I understand a bit what I'm looking about out here, right? And this is the dictionary that has given us a lot of information, right, about the way things were, right? So we got a number one hydrogen, right, capital H, atomic weight 1.008, number of electrons in quantum groups. So we know they have quantum groups. So there's different quantum groups. Okay, so that has one electron in a quantum group number one, okay, and that's opposite silver, okay. So then we've got two helium, right, and that's He, and that has 4 atomic weights. That's a D, okay. So check, there's no D there, and our helium, we actually do have a helium in our breath, and they are not stealing that. So the number of electrons in that quantum group is 2. So those maybe that should be not split. I don't know. Should that be together? I don't know. But opposite of that is cadmium, right? Anyway, right. So number 3, lithium, right? So this is more like the Li. So that's like Lily wave. So the wave of 3, right? So there's a 2 vertical, look, and a 2 1 across, okay? So then a 6.91 atomic weight, and you've got 2 electrons there and 1 there, so created a new group. So there's a new group that's been created with a lithium, okay? So then they've gone to beryllium, right, which is Be, and that's the weight, and they've set the weight of it. So this is like a system, right? I think so, right? So the number of electrons has been quoted, right? So that's coming up to 4D, okay? So that will be a 4D thing, right? So opposite that is tin and all that shit, right? So that's 4D. Okay, so then there is boron, number 5, B. So that's the B, the CC and the I and the CC club. That's 1082, so that's 1010, right? So that's 5 eyes. So that's the 5 eye system there. And look at the systems here, right? Right, so we know where we are, right? At the bottom, okay, of this, right? So then we've got carbon, right, which is 12. So that's the clock, right? And that's 2, 4. So that's a 6, right? So we've got 4 electrons over that group, quantum group 2. So we've got a double there. So there could be a mirror of carbon to helium, right, with that. So check to see if helium is mirroring there, right? And then we got nitrogen, that's nit, right? So, and a row. So that's an N. And that's 14008. So check the 14th letter and the 8th word. See if that's a dictionary code. Alright, so go to the dictionary and look at the word for that. It's N, and see what the letter is. And that's a 7, right? So we've got the 7s on nitrogen, right? So that's opposite iodine, so radiation and shit like that. That's the opposite for radiation, to fill up with iodine. So then you've got oxygen. Oh, okay. So that's 16. So that's 16 So that's before 17. So that's a 600. That's a false 8. Okay. So we've got 6 electrons, but they're still using the 2 electrons here on that quantum group, right? So they're still saving that. They didn't drop that. I don't know why they didn't drop that, right? They're still keeping this 2 all the way through this. They kept this 2, right? And then they kept the 8 and the 18. They kept that, right? But if we took the 2 off, we'd break the whole bloody thing. But we've got to be careful what we're doing, right? So we've got to understand it first, right? So that's a false 8, right? And here we've got the false 9, fluoride, right? So that's the toothpaste, fluoride. F, right? We've got the FF and a 19, right? So half of 19, and we've got a 9 there, right? Opposite that, right? Right, so then we've got neon, right? This is the neon issue, right? We've got Ne and Na, right? Nina, right? And it's 20.2, so that's a 2 and a 2, that's a TT, right? 2020, and that's a 10. And then you've got this, a sodium, right? Which is a new group. So sodium, salt, created a new group. So that could be when we started using salt to create a new group, right? So what was that, Himalayan pink salt or something like that? Because I had a lot of that. I don't know. I mean, we're talking about time here, how time evolved with quantum knowledge, isn't it? And then the quantum groups. Yeah. So then, magnesium, Mg, which is a measure also. Okay, so we need to make sure that's not connected to measures. And that's 24.32. And that is a 12. So that could be a false clock competing with that. Where's the other 12? Up there. Right. Sorry, put the hand in the way. Focus. So 12 and 12 on top could be a hydrogen, helium, magnesium connection, right? Because there's two 12s there, right? And then there's a 24 weight there and a 32 degree maybe on the 30, before the 33, right? And then aluminium, so alumini, right? Which is the AI, okay? Which is Al, okay? So that's 26.97. So that's yeah. So that's 13. So that's a false 13. So we see that, and then when you've got that going to silicon, okay. So that's looking like a chain of alchemy that is spelt to methodized cages, okay. So that is called CSI. So that could be connected to sin, sine, corner, or something. 2806. So that's got quantum group 2. Quantum group 1 still got the 2 binary in there, right? So still that hook, right? But it started off with hydrogen, remember? Right, the H. So this connection we need to look at more. Why it became a 2 and not stayed as a 1. Right, so the hydrogen bomb, look at that. Ripple effect. Okay, that. So then we've got that, right? So then phosphorus. So phosphorus, P. So there's the BP, boron and phosphorus, right? So see what patterns are between boron and phosphorus. And 31.07, that. So that's 15, okay? So that could be the snake, that the chaos snake is maybe phosphorus issue, right? So look at that with sulfur, which is an S. That could be chaos with chlorine, yeah. Those three, CI, yeah. That could be something to do with that one there and that one there, right? And CC and PB. So all of that there, these electrons, could be chaos, putting them up to a new god, right? Which is argon, right? So we saw that in the A, right? Right, so that's a new god. So that's they got a new god. Look, oh, we've got a new quantum machine god. Number 4, right? We made a new god. Oh, look, he's called K, and he's potassium, iron, right? Yeah, so that's not good. So you see that? And we'll go to potassium and I'll do another video because I can't post long videos, but that's got us to 19 dimension, I think, to the potassium god and the sodium god, so to say, lithium god, hydrogen, right? And we know the sun has got an appetite for hydrogen, is it, or Jupiter, one of them, right? Okay, so find out about that and we'll carry on.